and everything sorted out.
What you doing?
Oh man, finally, I'm off tomorrow, so yay!
Hey, no work. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Big Beefin'. Hope everybody's been having a good week. We're at Hump Day, middle of the week.
Uh huh.
Mm, Hump Day. So, did you see John's video that he posted?
Yeah, I thought I retweeted it. I guess or Facebooked it or something like that.
I only watched like a few seconds of it. And he said, "Hey, I know a lot of y'all probably been wondering where I've been," and I'm like, "I don't think anybody was."
Oh, John.
I don't think anybody really was wondering where he's been. So maybe he'll get on tonight.
Yeah, he told me he was going to try to get on. He had to go to a family member's house today. Brought all the kids and the wife with him.
What was that event? Just to go over there?
Probably, you
They,
know,
I
he,
man, I get loving family and all that stuff, but damn, man,
he has to do those events. Go to
that,
two grandma's birthdays, two grandpa's birthdays. Go to aunts' birthdays and
you know,
great birthdays.
the family being that tight, like, and I hate to say it like this way, but if somebody ever moves off or they pass away or they go to jail, like that's going to be fucking devastating. Like that's going to be John. His whole week, he's not going to be able to do anything because he's going to have to be dealing with that.
Yeah,
But I guess it's good that they're close like that.
yeah. This the life he chose. Big family life.
Well, he's joining in. I mean, he's got two kids now. So
Yeah, I think his I think his wife said she's tapping out though at 2.
that's, yeah, good enough.
Yeah, because I think like it's like a certain age you have to stop having kids because it's trying to remember like if you get close to 30 something or 40 or something like that, it's like
Yeah.
you gotta tap out because
Yeah. Yeah. You become high risk once you get past 35. That's when they start labeling you as high risk. And so it doesn't really mean anything. From what I understand, it's really if the guy gets old, that's when you have to worry. So, like, if the guy's
ah
in his 40s and the woman's in his 40s, then the chances of Down syndrome goes up. But so it's a lot to do with the guy's DNA too. But that's the one you got to worry about after 40 is Downs. Like that girl Michael was dating.
yeah. I mean, it's not like like in good old days. Like they had like 12 kids and half
Right.
of them survived from the winter time and shit like that.
Yeah, back then, man, you got 8 kids, and 7 of them fucking dead.
Is this how it was? Disease, uh, high, death rates from certain things. You fall out of a tree, you're dead, right? Because no one's around. You bled to death.
Get a splinter, it's fucking over. Yeah,
It's
me and
rough.
Sarah, we've been watching. I was telling Aaron about this the other night. I haven't put up the episode yet, but I will. I was telling him we were watching this documentary about China, and like in China, for 20 years you could only have one kid. So
Oh yeah, I think you were talking to somebody was talking about that the other
yeah,
day.
yeah, and this woman, so the girl who's running the documentary, she's kind of pissed about it because she's like, why'd y'all allow this to happen? You didn't have to, and they're all like, no, we didn't have a choice. But one of the ladies she interviewed, I think it was her mom, she was like, no, it's a good program because it's made your life easier. And she was like, well, what about dad's life? Would it really have been that hard? She said, yes, it was. It would have been that hard to have more kids. And she's like, well, what about his dad? Even worse. Like she was, I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, like what was it when around the Great Depression?
Yeah.
It was bad. It's like they didn't need any more kids. They what you gonna be born to be poor?
Yep. Born to be Poe. Poor time. Poor lad.
Mm.
Speaking
Man,
of, go
huh?
ahead.
Oh, I heard that episode. Aaron got robbed again.
Yeah, I meant to
Shane,
follow up with him.
that story. Oh, do you know if he picked up his laptop?
I think he did, but I don't know for sure. Because he was on the podcast the other night and he was using his phone. I can't remember something. I saw something that made me think he got it back, but I don't know for sure, boy. I don't know.
Shane, does he ever heard like like he puts it on the laptop, right? It did like Google Drive or Google
Yeah,
Cloud.
yeah, you
It's
can
like
get one drive.
free.
Yeah.
He can save it. He just in case his laptop gets stolen again or something.
Well, I don't know. Why are you letting strangers into your house, for one thing? I mean, what?
Unattended. He left the place. He
And,
left her there, so something was going to happen if he's not there.
and what's his girlfriend think about him bringing strange women over to the fucking house?
What did he say? I think you asked him, and what did she say anything about it? Or
It was just that it was messed up, But I mean, I've told Aaron this before, and it's kind of a harsh analogy, but I'm like, look, can a prostitute be raped? I mean, if she's taking the money, isn't she expecting to get fucked up the ass? I mean, Aaron, you're letting these people in. You should expect to be fucked up the ass. I mean, that's what's going to fucking happen. If it happens once, why would you turn around and think it's going to be okay? I don't get that. I don't understand why he lets people do this stuff. It doesn't make any sense to me why
he picks the hard path every time. You notice that?
Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Oh, I didn't tell you this. He came up to my house for our baby shower.
Yeah. John told me he was there. John said he gained a little bit of weight.
Oh yeah, a lot of bit of weight. Anyways, he was there, and yeah, him and John, they kind of looked like they were related. But anyways, yeah. Well, so okay, so I was like, you know what? I just want to see something while he's here, because he drove his car. I thought he was gonna drive to Mom's house and then takes Mom's car up here and bring her with him. But no, he just came up on his own. So I remember him saying at one point, Mom was saying that he doesn't go anywhere because his tags are out of date on his car.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I want to go see this. So I go look at his car. Guess what year is on that fucking car?
With 2019, 17?
15. 2015.
And he hasn't been pulled over?
No, I'm sure he has, Daniel. I'm sure he just racked up those tickets. I'm sure he's just racking them up, not paying them.
He's not worried about that?
I guess not, because it's been 5 years. So I asked Mom, I was like, what's the problem? Why is he doing this? And she said he can't afford to get it fixed. I'm like, he had a job making, in his words, more money than he's ever made before. And she was like,
yeah,
he's paying his rent. And he paid that one dude's rent like $800 or whatever, or $1,500. I'm like, you could have just paid to get your car fixed and not given him that money and not helped him out, and then you don't have any traffic tickets. I don't get the need to help. Why does Aaron think he's fucking Ebenezer Scrooge after the Christmas thing? Like to throw his fucking money around.
Not Jesus like making bread. He's like, I make bread out of this, guys. I give you fish.
But then Aaron don't get no fucking bread and he just dies. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand the need to help people and you want to help others and all that crap, but this is just not, it's not healthy to live like this.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
He volunteers to do stuff. I was like, you need to volunteer to find a better job.
Yeah, like, why aren't you working for the Red Cross? You're all into this health shit and all these.
Yeah, you told him that. It was like he just thought about it. Oh yeah, I should. I was like, you just now thought about it? You were in the military for 8 years.
Yeah, it just one of those things, man, where the more you think about Aaron's situation, the frustrating. Like, even my dad, who's in fucking prison, I'll tell him what Aaron's up to, and he'll be like, God, what's the matter with him? And like, this is somebody who's locked up. Like, he's proven that he can't make it in society. And he even thinks my brother's a fucking dumbass.
I still like that picture you printed out. You sent to your dad. It was a picture of the couch. You like, wish you were here. I think he was in jail when that happened.
Yeah, and John was. I can't remember if it was John or Sarah, and they were like, "That's messed up." And I'm like, "Why? I'm just being nice." And they're like, "No, you haven't even sending any pictures at home." They'd be like sending him a big juicy ribeye or something. I'm like, he might want to see a ribeye. He might want to remember what it was like. I don't fucking know. But
it's always more to the story, though. Every damn time, it's like,
oh yeah, no, Aaron won't tell you the whole picture. He never tells you the whole picture.
What was the prior engagement? He had to leave a drunk stranger. I know he said it was a friend from high school, or said, but why you left a person unattended at your apartment alone?
Yeah, and also a person that's drunk, unattended.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was trying to think who would I like. So when I was Aaron's age, I had a house. I didn't like anybody being over at my house unless I was there. or Sarah was there. Somebody had to be there. I didn't like people just being there without
I
somebody.
was laughing though, Shane, when he said the chick got pulled over that night for DWI. I was like, yep. I was like, shoot, okay. Everybody in our high school, I don't think any of us are in prison, but in his class, there's people that are like in prison,
We
jail. There's
got, we got one.
okay,
TJ
never mind.
Washington.
Oh well, you didn't have to say his name. God damn it.
Oh, you can look it up online. He's in there.
Oh well, okay, one.
Yeah,
But Aaron's in his class. He has like they've been in trouble for multiple things.
yeah.
Like I hear stories. It's like I don't live in Currens. I hear like people like Brittany's class. They messed up. I was like, God dang, man.
Well, they've with that younger generation, they had a bigger problem with drugs than we did.
Oh,
We got to go out and we would go drinking and doing crap like that. But those kids, man, all they want to do is sit at home and smoke weed, just get high all day. And I know that we had kids in high school smoking weed too, but it was very rare that they did it. Like it'd be on the weekends, usually be out in the country somewhere. I think these kids just fuck it. They just fuck it. I'm just gonna get high all the time. That's all I want to do.
24/7.
Yeah. And then his friend fucking that one kid, Derek, like he would get fucking high and then he'd drive around with this old hunting rifle in the back of his car. So when he gets pulled over with drugs, now he's got a fucking gun. And it's
They
like
did like against the firearms and
you can't be a felon and have a gun. But there's people in Currens, you know how it is out there. They're like, oh fuck it, I can do what I want. And they'll have fucking guns and
I remember that guy you told. I think it's the same guy you told. Aaron's like, yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, good guy that got with the prison on a second strike for.
Yeah, I don't know what Aaron's problem. And he'll talk the way he talks to people. He's like, oh yeah, I totally get that, and you should do that. It's like, Aaron, man, nobody gives a fuck what you think. Nobody gives a shit. I don't understand. He's always like. It's like he wants people like I don't know, like for me, like I guess I don't want people to think I'm a total fucking asshole, like I'm an evil, jerk. I don't want people to think that, but I kind of don't really care. Like I'm not trying to impress anybody. Like Aaron constantly is trying to impress people. Like he's constantly putting on a show, and it's like just be yourself, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he has like volunteer to help everybody.
Yeah. It's bizarre, man. And then the shit always backfires, and he's like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. And I'm like, yeah, it is your fault. Like that, you getting your Xbox robbed, that's your fault. You let a stranger into your home. You should know better than that. Your laptop's getting stolen, your shitty laptops that barely worked. That's your fault. You let a stranger into your home, and you left them there. I mean, it doesn't make sense why he thinks that everything's going to be okay. We don't. I mean... If he had, maybe if he was making the money he should be making at his age by now, like he's 30 years old and he's making fucking minimum wage, but whatever. If he was making the money he should be making, like even my sister, well, my sister's 30. Aaron, I think he just turned 34. No, 32. My sister's 30. She's making good money, So like if my sister, her neighborhood where her friends are at, if she had one of her friends come over and they're like, hey, I'm just going to stay here with the kids, chances are it'd be okay. But Aaron's group, who are in their late 20s, fucking doing drugs, not working, wearing shitty-ass clothes, driving shitty-ass cars. I mean, what's he expect's going to happen? What do you think those people do? I don't understand the logic.
Yeah, it's like that time you were talking about, like, I think it was your wife talking about friends. Like you hang out with people at your work, and then you were like, "Well, John, you got to think of the people John works with, and we work with. We work with people like the whole group. I might hang out sometimes with two people, and one of them doesn't work at Walmart. One kind of works at Walmart,
right.
And you get what you paid for. You work with people that are kind of shitheads. That's what you're going to get. That's why you don't hang out with them after work. They're cool to hang out at work, but not after work.
Yeah, John was saying his wife wanted him to invite work friends to his thing.
Yeah.
You don't want your those like you know
Yeah, you would compare it. He's like, the people I work with, they went, some of them went to college. The people
yeah.
John worked with, they barely made it out of high school.
I mean, you got to think about that shit, And Aaron, I guess he just I don't know, boy. I don't know about him. Sometimes you just get pissed off, and it's like when he left here, I was like, if he gets pulled over, like they're gonna haul his car away, and then
Yeah,
my mom's like, yeah, I'm just waiting on that call. I'm just waiting on that call. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? But just sell that car and buy you a piece of junk that'll pass inspection, and then
yeah.
you're fine. I don't understand.
Even a moped. You can get
Yeah,
a moped and drive around. I mean,
yeah. If he's
and,
gonna stay there in Waco, I mean, fuck.
and he's like driving long distances in that vehicle too. Like,
Well, to take that fucking dog back, yeah, he drove all the way across the country and tags that were out of date. I don't know if he took that car across the country because it doesn't have air conditioning, so I don't know if that girl would have ridden in the car with him to no AC. Maybe she did, but fuck, man.
uh, is
Aaron will make you have a fucking aneurysm thinking about his shit.
yeah. You think too much, you could be like, ah, shit. Why? But Shane, a guy was showing online. That we were. I think y'all were talking about it one time, like how like younger people going to college, and when they get out, like we saw a person that had a bachelor's, and they were playing at a job. They were only making like 13 something an hour. And we're
Yeah,
like, they're supposed to be making more, or is
yeah,
it? Or is it just depends on the degree or something like that? That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, what's happened is you've had a lot of people go to college, and the colleges will tell you, oh, if you go to college and get a degree, you're going to start out making 40 grand a year, blah, blah, blah. But everybody's done that now. So you have all these people that have the degree, but they have no experience. And then you don't have anybody doing trades. So you don't have any carpenters or plumbers or electricians or computer engineers. So those jobs are in demand. They're like truck drivers. Like they need people that have skill sets.
Mm.
They don't need somebody that knows, government history or English or shit like that. So a lot of people get these degrees and they're kind of worthless. Like for Aaron, and I know we're fucking ragging on Aaron, but oh well, he kind of deserves it. For him, okay, so Aaron goes into the Navy, right? So you go
Yeah.
into the military. In the military, I mean, you know how it is. They sell you all this shit. They try to make it sound like, yeah, you're gonna have full benefits for the rest of your life, and you're gonna serve, and we're gonna give you all this money, and then you're gonna get money for college, and all this crap. So Aaron goes over there, and he's drinking the Kool-Aid, like fucking. Well, and the first thing that should have tipped Aaron off, his recruiter told him, you're gonna get the job you want. Well, when Aaron first went into the Navy, he wanted to be a chaplain. He wanted to be a preacher in the Navy. That's what
I remember that. Yeah.
he signed up to be a chaplain. When he gets down in what they call the MEPS, it's like the medical place where they're doing all their physicals and shit. When he gets down there, they say, "Oh, no chaplain jobs. You're going to be a corpsman. That's the only job we have." And Aaron's like, "All right, I'll take it." And I was like, "You should have just walked out the fucking door, man. If that's not what you wanted, why would you settle for that, anyways?" So now he's a combat medic. Fucking really good thinking for Aaron, the guy who got the fucking bad ankle from football and you know, just whatever. Anyway, so now he's going to be a combat medic, and he goes over. He's in the shit in Iraq. He comes back, does a couple years, then he goes over to Afghanistan, and it's more like a medical thing there. Supposedly, he gets all this medical training, like all this, first aid stuff. And he comes back, and I'm like, all right, man. The fire department will hire you right now, and you can learn how to be an EMT. And he's like, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, but that's what you were doing in the military. He's like, no, I want to be a doctor. And I'm thinking, what the fuck, man? You can't just be a doctor. Like, it takes 8 years of school. You have to.
Or
You have
longer.
to money. Yeah. 12 years for a lot of them. And he's like, well, that's what I want to do. So Aaron goes to school to get this degree, this bachelor in science or whatever, so he can go on to be a doctor. And of course he doesn't fucking do it. He doesn't finish. So he spent all this money for nothing. And the government, the military, Aaron doesn't know how to do the damn paperwork, and he won't ask anybody for help. So they don't pay for any of that shit. It's all on his credit now. So he fucked up his credit. He can't get another school loan. And he's like, I didn't know. Nobody told me. And I'm like, when you grow up, when you left mom's house, okay, he went into the Navy. The Navy told him exactly what they want him to do. You know, you're going to hold this rifle, you're going to jump in that pool, you're going to treat these wounds. This is when you eat, this is when you sleep, this is when you use the bathroom. They told him all that crap. But as soon as he gets on his own, he just makes bad decision after bad decision. Well, anyways, my point that I was trying to make was he basically studied for a degree that had no use. When, if he had came in, not gone to college, got like a little certification, go to like a 12, an 8-week program on first aid, get a little piece of paper that says you were certified.
Yeah,
Bam,
certificate or something.
firefighter, EMT, just
Yeah.
making damn good money. More money than he's ever made before, as he always says. It's more money than I've ever made. And I'm like, Aaron, you're fucking 32. You need to
It's
be
gold, sir.
it doesn't make any fucking sense. You know? I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Pockets full of money.
Yeah, full of gold. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, when I was Aaron's age, if that's all I was making, I'd be fucking broke as fuck, man. I'd be living in I'd have to still be, we would have never moved out from you guys. We would never been, like, we'd still be at Belmead.
Yeah.
I'd still be there. You know, I mean, I don't understand. And I wouldn't have a new car. I'd still be driving that beat up piece of shit car that barely ran. I mean, I don't understand why he hasn't gotten in his head. You know, you've got to take care of yourself first. Once you get your stuff in order, then you go help out other people. But all this helping out other people, you never help yourself. What good and who is he really helping? Like, who did he really help? Has he helped anybody? I don't think he's helped a fucking damn person. I don't think he's helped anybody. So anyway,
He'll pay some rent. Yeah, I guess.
yeah, but college, man, it's not all it's cracked up to be. You need to have a definite game. If you want to go to college, you need to know exactly what you want to do. Don't go in there just saying, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out when I get through it." No, you need to know ahead of time what you want to do, and then you can probably make it work. But yeah, it's better to just get a trade, just get a skill, be a plumber or be an electrician,
Yeah.
be a
I
welder.
mean, ain't there like certificates you can get, like even try online, and you can
Yeah.
get a job somewhere? It's
Yeah.
just, but he has no certificates at all. They back
I
him.
think he said he just got one, so he just got one.
All right.
That's why I was telling him he needs to go apply for the Red Cross. Yeah, and I don't think he's going to. Now that he's got a record, I don't think he can get. He can't be an EMT or a firefighter with a record.
Oh.
Not gonna.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless he's best friends with somebody at the fire department in Corsicana or something, they're not going to hire him.
I just remember that day you like Daniel. He's a 30-something-year-old man, a 30-year-old man being a paper boy. He's like, what is that shit? I was like, yeah, I remember that.
It doesn't make any sense, man. Oh, I got a job at the paper delivering papers. I'm like, that's what you do when you're retired or some shit like that. You don't do that like that's your career, man. I don't know. I don't know about that boy. I know we spent 20 minutes talking about him, but
does he have a job though now, or
no? I don't think he's working right now.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess we move on to something else. School and stuff. Have you been catching up on Disney, or you have Disney yet, or?
Well, John gave me his password.
Oh yeah, you checked it out.
Speaking of being poor, like we got, because I pay for the DC app. Like that's the one app that I pay for is DC. Mm-hmm. Pay for DC and pay for Amazon Prime. So we stopped paying for Netflix. We stopped paying for pro wrestling, and we stopped paying for what's the other one? Oh, we didn't get Disney. Well, Sarah's mom bought wrestling because she knows that Roger and I like to watch it. And then Sarah's friend got Netflix, and she gave us the password to our account. And then John gave the password to his Disney account, so I could finally watch it.
Shit, just cut off everything you're doing right now. Just let people get it.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Yeah. I mean, if I can get somebody Sirius XM subscription, we'll be right where we were before Sarah stopped working. That's the reason why we had to come back, because she stopped working. So until she gets back to work.
Prime's good though. Prime pays for itself, especially order stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice. Plus you get the free movies and books and stuff like that.
There's some good shows on there. There's some good shows. Like The Boys, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, season 2 is supposed to be popping out. Did
Oh
you read
shit.
the book? Not read the book. I sent John a link. I don't think he looked at it. There's a
Uh,
guy that shows like uh talks about the comic book, shows like the graphic novel. It's actually pretty good. I didn't even know it was over. I was like, yeah, this sucker was over like 5 years ago. It
uh,
just now made a show about it. It's good though. I
yeah,
try to find the link later and try to show you.
this weekend if I get a coupon for Barnes and Nobles, I'll probably go buy the first volume. But that damn volume right now, I think it's went up to $30 or
I mean,
just.
how many?
I think it's like 12 issues,
Okay,
so 1 through 12.
it's
It's
a it's a good comic book. They did pretty good on that one.
yeah, I like that writer. He's good. Um, yeah, so yeah, I saw the Mandalorian. Thought it was really good. I've been kind of worried about Star Wars because that last movie was just so bad.
Man, so you can. I think that's why they want to get this the end on this, so they can start like Mandalorian, start doing miniseries or something. Because man, the movies are not cut,
Yeah,
not like they used to be.
right.
Well, Star Wars, I mean.
Yeah, I think really the only company right now that can do franchise movies and do them well is the Marvel stuff. Like all those movies come out pretty good.
But they learned the recipe: Shane, comedy, action.
Right.
That last one though was long, but it was still pretty funny. I liked it.
Endgame was good. My favorite was still Infinity War because I just like how they stuck to Thanos winning. And
Yeah, that was good.
this is just the kind of asshole I am. When people were like, when we left the theater, people were like, "Man," I was like, "Hell yeah, fucking! I'm glad you're sad. Like that makes me happy. I'm feeding off of your sorrow."
Oh, Shade, did you what do you think about Charlie's Angels, the reboot? You heard about it?
Who would watch that shit? Who would want to go see it?
Not a lot of people. It only 8 million, and that's pretty much a flop.
First of all, the women they got, they're not that pretty. They're not curvy. They look like burnout runway models. They're thin. It's hard to believe they could do any action. Like they don't look like the movie Charlize Theron was in, Atomic Blonde. Like Charlize Theron's like 6'3". She's fucking tall as shit. So it's kind of realistic to see her fighting guys, but she also got her ass kicked a lot in that movie. She wasn't winning every fight. Like she had to get weapons and stuff. But to see those girls, like some little girl that's like 110 pounds, get somebody in a leg lock and fucking choke them out, that's just it's not.
Not realistic.
No one wants to
What,
see.
what was crazy? The director, she even said, "Oh, this is not going to have a lot of action in it. This is going towards something else." I was like, "You're not going to see a whole bunch of guys running to go see this movie."
Yeah,
And then she's blaming guys. Why are you not blaming the women to go see this? It's not women that are flocking to go see it either.
I mean, I think the best point that I've seen, like when you think about movies that had strong women, like Alien and Aliens with
Wonder Woman, they,
Wonder
uh,
Woman,
they did
Terminator 2.
good.
And I actually thought Genesis was good. I liked, or not Genesis, Dark Fate, the last Terminator movie.
It was
I
pretty
thought,
good.
yeah, it was good. I liked it. I just liked it. It's good. Um, but yeah, man, but that's not true. You can have a good female lead and make the movie good. It's just first of all, it's Charlie's Angels. Who gives a fuck about Charlie Angels? They already did a reboot. They did a reboot like 10 years ago. We don't care about that.
Yeah, I remember Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, and someone else.
I
Yeah,
think. Go ahead.
I think that's what's funny. That might be at least that had action. This
Right.
one I heard doesn't barely have any action at all. Like, why even watch it? You want to watch
Yeah.
an action movie? I mean,
Well,
I want to
and
watch
my
an action
thing
movie.
is, if you're doing a franchise movie, don't do a franchise movie that's already had a reboot and it's based off of a show that was made back in the fucking 70s. Why not do an action movie about something that happened in the 90s, like a new X Files? Bring that back, or
Yeah,
um, what was another good show in the 90s? You remember that one show? It was a superhero. It was called Mantis. It was about this doctor who
yeah,
was in a wheelchair
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
suit that could make him walk again. Make that fucking into a show. Like I'd watch that Mantis. That was good.
I
Uh,
like. I like we're talking about Exo Squad one day. We were like, yeah, back then we were like, oh yeah, this is badass, but we didn't thought about like body parts were outside in space. They didn't thought
Yeah,
about, hey, they always were froze off.
right. Yeah, and when you look at the way the figures are, like the suit's not pressurized, like there's stuff in between the canopy that comes down. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't. That wouldn't be. I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to make those little like in Aliens, that little walking thing that she was in when she fucked the,
Yeah.
trying to make that and put it into space, and it just doesn't. It doesn't really work. Like,
Yeah, we didn't really think about that till later on in our lives.
you got to do it the way the Japanese do it. They put the pilot in this fucking little chair, and they got all this shit around them, and they're operating it in the chair. You know, they don't have somebody with their hands in the thing, turning it and all that. Yeah. Man, did you see that I went and watched that first episode of Power Rangers?
Yeah, so it's I probably would be the same way watching it. I'd be like, huh, they know how to use the machines. Oh, they know how to use the suits right. Or
I was telling Aaron, and you may have heard this on the podcast. It's like it's weird because that movie that came out a couple of years ago, like it's basically that first episode, but it's stretched out over 2 hours. And I was like they instantly know how to use the morphers. They instantly know. Like in the movie, they had to learn. You know, they had to
yeah,
each other. They had to go through all this training and exercise. But in the movie, they're like right off the bat, like they're doing karate moves, and like Billy is a student of Jason, and like he sucks ass. But then as soon as they come, morphin time, he's ready to go. And
yeah, the the worst in his class, but he's up to par to Jason.
I was telling Sarah, I was like, yeah, he's gay as fuck, because that was the one that was gay, and he said they picked on him for being gay. And I was like, well, that's what he gets. No, the bullies, Skull and Bulk and Skull or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They wanted. They told Jason they wanted to learn karate, that they knew how to fight, and that the karate stuff was just for show. So he's like, okay, show me your stuff, and like they do a kick, and then Bulk's able to do a kick, and he's like, well, do this throw, and then Bulk tries to do the throw, and he just ends up just falling over. And I was like, man, I can't believe I liked this shit as a kid. And Goldar's costume, like I guess when I think of Goldar's suit, I guess I think of that first movie from 1995. Like that one, it kind of looked like a Jim Henson thing. It looked like a real cool animatronic costume.
Yeah.
But that Japanese shit in this Power Rangers episode, it just didn't look that good. Like his mouth was, and you could tell like the scenes weren't matching. Like they started off fighting in the desert, which that makes sense because that's where Zordon's base was. And then they end up going to a fucking city, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Hey, boy.
We were talking
about Power Rangers and stuff.
Are you getting a Chevy, John? Is that what that is?
Oh, and my hat I got from State Fair, yeah.
Oh, that free hats they give.
Fucking hat. I thought he was buying Chevy.
That's the one they had. They had 5 of them, and they were like free hats for the first 5 people. It was literally like me, Celia, her dad, her mom, and her brother. So we got all 5 of them. The whole family got them. People were like, where's hats? They got them all. Like, yep, because y'all didn't say one per family household.
So did you guys like take a group picture with your Chevy hats?
Yeah.
Does anybody in the group actually own a Chevy?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, everybody. Okay.
Mom, Dad, Celia, the brother-in-law. Yeah, they all own it.
So speaking of cars, Tesla is supposed to show their truck tomorrow.
Yeah, Shane.
Oh, Shane, you were talking about that. You might upgrade that one, Shane.
That's all I'm getting it. There's no question. That's what I'm going to get, but I just got to figure out what it looks like, how much it's going to cost. Like there's going to be 2 different versions. One that will go, I think he said it'll go up to 400 miles. Like that's the range on it. But apparently if you get a deluxe model, it'll go up up to 600 miles. So I got to see what the options are.
When my father-in-law had his Volt, his Chevy Volt, he didn't put gas in it for at least 6 months. He didn't refill the gas in like 6 months.
Yeah.
He barely used the gas at all.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm all in on the Tesla. I just need to see for sure what it looks like, and then just start saving the money. Unlike Aaron, unlike my brother, I'll save.
Yeah, me and Shane were going on like a almost 30-something minute rant about what the hell, but that was like 30-something minutes ago.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes of this episode is us bitching about Aaron.
Okay, real. In a nutshell, what recap it for me?
Oh, just we're talking about him getting robbed. We're talking about that he can't find a job and that he wasted his time. Basically, his military service amounted to nothing. He didn't use any of his skills, and he probably could go get a job still using that skills if he wanted to, but he doesn't want to. And this is the big one. You know, he was up at my house Saturday, right? With you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go to check his car after we leave. Guess what year is on his car tag?
Ooh, guess, John, guess. It's 2019 right now, but guess.
Yeah. So, like
16.
my car says 2020. What do you think his says?
16.
15. So you're close. Like 2015. So that means his tags are 4 years out of date. 4 years. This man's been driving illegally. And Daniel was like, "Has he got any tickets?" I'm like, "I'm sure he's got a shit ton of tickets. I'm sure they just rack up. And one of these days they're going to pull him over and they're just going to take his car. Like, it's just going to happen."
Aren't y'all just gonna give me a ticket? Nah, sir. Too many. We got to take it now.
They're going to take that car, man.
See, no wonder your mom was mad. At first, I thought she was mad because of something else. But but you said it too. You're like, there has to be more to it.
That's what it was. She knows his tags are out, and she, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Oh, you got your new puppet? Who's that guy?
I haven't named him yet.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you see John's cheer, Shane? John finally has got some cheering now.
Oh, okay. So you're off the little bouncy ball.
Yeah, he's done with that now. I gave him some lighting too, so you using your light?
That's why you send me a lot better now too. How much time we got left?
We got about 15 minutes.
That's it?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, that's good enough. So Shane, okay, we're gonna flip it real quick. Because I want to talk about it. So Shane and Daniel, when someone comes to your house, you don't expect nobody to go up to you and say, "Oh man, Daniel, your house is dirty," or "Oh Shane, I can't believe you decorate like this or that." You don't expect no one to do that, right?
All right, you're gonna have to get more context.
Someone to judge your house because overall, you invited them to your house, so what they see is what you're comfortable with, right?
Okay, so I'm trying to think of what, because you said two different things. If your house is junky and somebody says your house is junky, that's one thing. If your house is not junky, but you have like an interesting style, and they notice you have an interesting
No, even that. If my house is shitty looking, guess what? That's the way I like my house. So you still shouldn't say nothing. Like if they don't come in my house and there's like literally a pile of garbage in the corner. Hey, John, there's a pile of garbage in the corner. All right, I know because that's where I fucking put it.
Well, okay, so John, if you were a hoarder, like you've seen this show Hoarders, have you ever seen this show? If you walked into like that, like you have to like slide in through the trash, and you sit down on the couch and roaches start crawling across your leg, you're telling me that you're just going to say, "Oh, he just likes roaches."
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to judge. I'm going to say. I'm not going to say nothing like, "Well, this is how he likes to live."
What?
I won't come back here again, but this is his home. This is how he likes it. You know.
I guess you're polite, man. I'd fucking say something. I'm not going in there. It smells.
But so yeah, but that I gotta tell you later. So, but like I say though, like if you come to someone's house, you don't automatically start judging what's in their house.
You're gonna have to tell us what happened. What fucking happened?
Well,
was that a family member or a friend?
Huh?
Family member or friend?
Okay, so what? So did somebody come to your house? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And what'd they say?
This person judges everything. Hey, John, your yard looks kind of bad. Hey, John, your windows are a little dirty outside. Hey, John, the way it's kind of hard to move around in your house. And like, it's a birthday party. You know, there's people here. Of course, you're gonna find some minor inconvenience moving around. I'm sorry. You know, we don't have a. What's your floor plan, Shane? 6,000 feet.
3,000, yeah.
We don't have 3,000 feet. I only got 2,000. I'm sorry. You know.
Hey, John.
Big, you know.
In that video, you had quite a few people over there. So what they expect?
I don't know. I don't know. So
what's up with washing the windows? He's wanting you to take a water hose to the fucking.
Some people just micro analyze everything in your house. You know.
Has this person been to your house before?
Yes.
Well, it's wintertime though. So what's he talking about with the yard? What's he want you to do with the yard?
I don't know. It's dead and it's short. What do you want? Well, you know, like what the few little leaves that are from my tree on the yard. Like what do you want me to do? You know, the
Okay,
wind.
so there's some leaves in the yard.
Yeah, and not a lot because you see my one tree I have in my yard.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, Shane, same thing with that. Shane, you don't put tacks in your wall, right? You don't have tacks in your wall, do you?
No, all these are sticky things.
So I have put no tacks in my house on my wall. I don't want tack. I don't like tacks. Somebody came over and said, "Hey, John, your sign's hanging a little low." Oh, I can fix it for you. Oh, okay. You know, I said, "Fuck it. Hey, okay, you don't fix it. You don't fix it yourself." I wander off. Shoot something else. I come back. Hey, you fixed it, motherfucker. Put tacks in my damn wall. Like, and some people are like, "Oh, it's a small little hole." No, but I see it. I see it because I know it's there. I see it, and it bugs me now. They put tacks in my wall.
So the tax bug you, but the fact that nobody can walk around your house.
Everybody, it's a birthday party. You're gonna be inconvenienced walking around the house.
Yeah, y'all must have had a big turnout. Sorry we couldn't go.
Oh, you're fine. I'm sorry we let a. I ain't gonna lie, Dale. We left a mess at Shane's house when we left Dale.
Oh, for real?
Like, look, toys everywhere. Not just me. Not the Jonathan.
No, it's just a bunch of people. My sister, she stayed and helped cleaned up. So
Okay. Dale, toys everywhere, balls everywhere. Like, oh man, y'all let the mess in here.
what I really don't like is Sarah's daughter, or Brittany's, her stepdaughter. She loves my fucking Sailor Moon action figures, but she fucking breaks them every time she gets. She breaks one at least every time she gets a hold of it. Like I'm missing pieces I can't fucking find. I'm missing weapons. Like I just literally just now sitting here looking down on the ground. I saw the rose that Tuxedo Mask shoots. I was like, what the fuck, man? She just doesn't care about my shit.
How old is she?
13.
And she just breaks your shit?
She can't. Well, the Sailor Moon figures are delicate. They're little Bandai figures. They're tiny. They have little parts. So like the boys can grab like a Marvel Legends, and these things are fucking sturdy as shit. You can throw those around and they don't break. But you take those little Sailor Moon characters and you hit them, they fucking fall apart.
Shane, okay, side note real quick, because I probably heard me bitch about this. Shane, would you let your kid or anyone else's kid take the figures out of the room?
Oh, I heard you talking about that with the cars.
Yeah.
Well, my figures, no. He's not fucking taking my shit nowhere. My stuff stays in this room. I don't, like, sometimes Sarah, like, I'll come home and, like, the nephews will be over, and I'll see, like, my Mario figures, like, out on the couch, and I'll be like, what's going on? Oh, well, I told them they could bring one down, and I'm like, if you tell them they can bring one, they're going to want to fucking bring them all down. So they need to go back up to the room, because I don't need to be digging through the house looking for pieces if something falls off. And, you know, so...
money. You spent money on that. That's your stuff.
Yeah.
Granted, Roger might inherit them one day, but for now,
yeah,
they're here. They need to stay here. But would you let him take one if he wanted to do show and tell?
One of mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got show and tell.
Like, okay, son, let me get a box. Put some peanuts in it. Put it in there.
Well, I mean,
it's going to be. You put it back in the box.
It's not going to be one of the expensive ones. Like if he takes it to show and tell, it's not going to be one that costs me a lot of money.
It's not going to be the expensive one.
Like this one, he's not taking this one to show and tell. There's no way. That's not going.
Push it over and see it.
That's the
Oh shit! That's the okay, yeah.
What is it again? Mesco?
Mexico, Superman.
Yeah.
So that's a cloth costume. Like he's not taking that one to fucking school. Like that's not going. But if he wanted to take Waluigi, he could fucking take him to school.
So you're kind of on the same ball, Shane. Like, no, these are expensive. This is more as a it's not a hobby. It's more what do you call it, Shane?
I'm a collector. It's a collection. Like that's what I.
Collection. It's an investment. I know one of her cousins. He's setting his desk up at work and everything. It looks all cool. He goes, "Hey, you got any Marvel figures you don't want? Let me have it." I was like, yeah. Mm.
I'm not letting anybody have shit. I'm not giving anything away.
I wasn't mean about it. I didn't respond to it. I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, dude. Everything in here, I need money for it. I don't just give this stuff away. I'm sorry, So he didn't bother me about it. I'm like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not how this stuff flies in here.
I'm the same boat, man. One thing I did disagree with you on, a little bit, like like with Roger, the cars he gets, I just get him the Hot Wheels, so we're less than $1 on his. You're getting your kiddo like the real cars, like the Pixar stuff. So those things are like $4 a pop.
$4 to $7 a pop. But that's the thing. That's what he's into right now.
Yeah. Now those, I can understand not wanting to let those out of the house, but like with Roger's Hot Wheel, I don't care if he takes those out because it's just $1, so he can take those wherever. But
yeah,
if they were the $5, I wouldn't want him going with them.
Yeah, like his I wish he would take his just his dollar ones, but he wants to take all the collection he has with him, and then like I said, I'm at grandma's house looking everywhere. I guess I look rude, like you supposed to be conversating. No, I need to find this damn car because I paid money for it, and before I know it, he's gonna come home going, McQueen, sorry you left it grandma's house or great grandma's house. Now I gotta go look for it or something.
What are you supposed to be conversating about? What are you supposed to talk about?
What?
You said
I'm supposed to be
social.
I'm supposed to be social. Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to be, boy. Maybe you want to play with your kid. Remember, Shane, this is funny. John's talking to me while he has the kid. His boy is like grabbing at his leg. John's like, "Come on, boy, give us some room."
Man, Shane, 2 kids, Shane.
Yeah.
Man, Shane.
Yeah. I got lucky with Roger. Roger, he doesn't really care. He just pushes me away. Like he doesn't want me messing with him. He just wants to go away. I don't know if Riker will be like that. We'll see.
Shane, the best thing was when I went over there to visit John. Before we went to the mall. Like I think John, Celia and her mom, and for some reason, his boy, he's like, "We're going next door, John. We gotta tell him you gotta move their car. They're gonna get a ticket." And John was, "Oh, do I think that? Oh, okay, there."
No, you can say. I'm just like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Oh, and John was like, we're walking to the car. And John's like, "Why don't y'all mind your damn business? They're parked on their own street. Leave them alone." And then they didn't answer the door, and John was like, "Wow, surprise, surprise!" And then she said, "I just talk to them later." John's like, "No, you don't. No, you won't talk to them. Mind your business."
Let me back up. So y'all were at somebody's. Y'all went to his house or something. And your neighbors had their cars parked in the street.
No, over here, Shane. If your car blocks the curb, the walking curb, that's part of blocking. If you block the sidewalk, you're blocking the flow of traffic, and you get a ticket. Okay. You're not supposed to block the sidewalk, even though your driveway meets the sidewalk. You still can't block the sidewalk for pedestrians.
So I'm going to tell you right now, if you came to my house and said, "Sir, your car, did you know your car?" I'd be like, "Fuck you, get the fuck off my lawn." That's what's going to happen.
You don't have a sidewalk, do you?
Yeah. Well, no, we don't. But if you did, well, we got a little path coming from the driveway up to the house. So, no, we don't.
That's your driveway. But I'm talking about if you have a walkway like going through each house, you can't block that. You can't.
But if I did, and somebody pulls up, and their mom or their wife and their mom, the wife's mom is in the car, and they walk up to my door, and they say, "Sir, just letting you know, your car's parked in your hey, get the fuck off my lawn."
People like that, Shane.
I mean, do they not know what you're walking in? You could be walking. They could pull a gun out on you or something. No,
Shane, what ticked me off though is if I'm out in the city and you seen those people, those fucking hipsters that like you're going to turn right and you block the sidewalk from the walking, the signal lights, and you seen people walking people's cars and jump back down. You see that shit?
Yeah.
I beat someone's fucking ass, Shane. Fucking jump in my car. Well, sir, you're in the crosswalk. I gotta walk here. I'll go around like a normal person. I can't do that. Your car's looking in this crosswalk. I guess I'll just walk over your car. I see people do that shit.
Yeah, like some people will step on the tire, step on the hood, and just walk across it. Yeah.
Hell no, Shane. Hell no.
Oh, hey, do y'all want to go to the AEW thing in December?
What day's it on?
I'm gonna buy tickets on Friday. It's on December the 11th.
Let me look at the calendar. Let me take a look, and I'll let you know.
I think it's December the 11th. Let me see.
What is
Hold
it? The A&W.
Yeah, do
Yeah, pro wrestling, AEW.
Oh.
wrestling, boy.
It's called AEW Dynamite.
Probably you heard about it, Daniel.
It's like their competition against WWE.
Not doing bad, by the way, either. Not doing too bad.
Yeah, December the 11th. I
Oh,
think.
Daniel. Speaking of which, Daniel, the one GameStop actually did call me that my order did come in. My Iron Spider-Man with the gauntlet came in. He actually called and told me that it was in, not just let it ring one time and hang up and say, "Oh, we did call you."
So you go pick it up, or?
Oh, I already got it. Hang on. I already got it.
Oh yeah, show us.
Hey, it looks like you got that Goldar too, finally.
Finally. Oh, I got pre-ordered that Lord Draken action figure at GameStop. Bam.
Oh, a little pop, a Funko.
Bam. Got the little. Bam.
Nice.
It's cool, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry I was late tonight. My father-in-law's going hunting. I had to help him pack his gear. I would have been on time, but like I said, we have to pack his gear up. So,
John, do you enjoy doing all this family stuff?
yeah.
John, that smile, John. Is that like, what is that meme picture shade when you sad and mad at the same time? John, is that the sad man, John, or sad
No.
happy, or?
No,
Well, I think it's probably good because I think like in 20 years from now, John's going to be like the one that holds the family together. Like he is the pillar of the family. Like everybody's going to look up to him.
oh, God.
But right now, he doesn't feel that way because they talk about his fucking unwashed windows.
The bad thing is, though, too, like he'll check our tires. Like he'll come to our driveway, he'll look at tires, look at him and touch him and shit. Like, you might need some new tires. How about you get the fuck away from my car and quit worrying about our damn tires?
John, is it the grandpa?
No.
I'm just making sure.
And they said like, oh, he just does that. Like, what? Does he have to analyze everything? You know?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I can't say I've really had that problem with somebody coming because my uncle was over at my house this last weekend, and he didn't really have a whole lot to say about like how we're living or anything like that. He didn't really have any.
Yeah, because you had a nice house, Shane. Nothing wrong with it. You know, it's nice big home you have. You know, I ain't find no problems at all.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go. Oh, Shane, your bathroom, Shane. Your robe's a little dirty and your wall art's a little off. I fixed it for you. You know, like bullshit like that. You know.
I guess some people need something to talk about. I guess I don't know.
Was it John? Your wife said, "Go be social." You gotta talk about something.
I don't.
But nobody likes the stuff you like. Are there any Marvel fans? Are there any Star Wars?
The problem I think I have is when we talk about stuff, I get too excited and I take control of the conversations. I think that's the problem I have. Is I want to talk. I want to tell you. Then you say what you want. Then, you know, like that. I just get too excited, and it's what happens. Or people might not like my point of view. That's problem also I have. A lot of people don't like what I have to say. They don't like it. Maybe
it's just how we grew up, because I think I'm kind of the same way. I think people are like, oh, he doesn't ever say anything, but
because you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like the truth, or you're not gonna like my. I'm sorry, you're not gonna like my truth. I'm sorry, you're not gonna like my truth, or or what I believe, or you could just think, oh, he spent a week looking for vampire hunters. Okay, well, he's fucking crazy, or he spent a week wasting time looking up what's another shit I'm doing. Whatever bullshit I'm doing, oh, he's trying to go to the national park to go find a fucking a night crawler. Yeah, he's kind of crazy. He's trying to go find a ghost, or like people don't,
Yeah.
It's a rare people.
Yeah, I think one of the other issues we have, like a lot of times we like tell remember when stories. We tell a lot of those, and like if you're not in our group, you're not going to remember when it happened because you don't know. So I think that might be a lot of our problem too, is we tell a lot of, remember when this happened.
Well, and you gotta tell people the stories like Mr. Black stories, and like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well, it's like
trimming.
the other day. Y'all remember that chick that used to work at Walmart? Her name was Crystal. She was dating Mike for a little while.
Yeah.
Remember her? So she got promoted recently, and we kind of, since she got promoted, because we still work together, and since she got promoted, we've been going out to lunch a couple of times. Well, one day there's a pretty good group of people, and we were talking about Steve Kessel, and she was like, "Yeah, he was kind of creepy up at the Walmart. Like he was always doing weird shit and freaking me out." And I was like, "Yeah, let me tell you the story about Dungeons and Dragons." So I told him we were playing this game. I don't know if I told you this, John, but we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. And so with that group, because the first time I played Dungeons and Dragons, I was like an orc paladin. So I mean, of course, I'm a warrior like I usually do in video games. So sword and shield, brute strength, not very smart, just that kind of character. So I was like, I want to do something totally different. So this game I played a rogue wood elf. So I picked this on my character card. I found this like really hot drawing of a fucking wood elf, like this blonde chick with these big breasts and like barely wearing any clothes, shooting a bow and arrow, you know. And so I was like, that's my character. That's who I am now. And we're playing the game, and we're in this dungeon, and Dustin goes off somewhere. He's kind of on his own. And Steve's got me alone, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna roll a chance, and I wanna take down her pants." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And so Cliff's like, "Well, you got to roll. You got to beat him in the roll." And of course, he rolls like almost like a nat 20, and I roll like a 3. So my fucking pants are coming off, and there's not a damn thing my character can do about it. And I start yelling for Dustin. I was like, "Dustin, can you come back into the room? Can you come back?" And Dustin's like, "No, this is not happening. This isn't part of the story. It's not real." I'm like, "Dustin, he's about to rape my character. Please come fucking help." And roll to try to get him to stop. And Steve goes through with it, man. He fucking ass raped my chick right there in the fucking cave. And there's nothing I could do. I was like, my character's been raped. So I told this story to Crystal, and I was thinking, yeah, it might not be the best story to tell in mixed company. Like, they may not get, that it's just a game, but
You should have said something stupid like, "Oh yeah, by the way, my body is toxic, so if you rape me, you're gonna die."
yeah, I should have had like a special serum or something, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I would have had to roll for that or something. I lost the roll, so he was gonna have his way. Nothing I could do about it.
Dustin was mad too because I think he did something like, "Oh, we're on a wagon. It's going real fast," and I think he said something like, "Well, my character starts racking off." Dustin was mad. He thought, "Okay, roll for stability. If he rolled less than 15, he's gonna fall off the wagon." Guess what? He rolls a 19. He stays on the wagon. He's like, "Stayed on the wagon." And Dustin's still getting pissed because it's like, man, I want him to fucking fall off that fucking wagon so bad.
Well, one thing I didn't like about when the first time I played D&D, and like everybody plays it differently, but the first group I was playing with, whenever anybody rolled a nat 20, it was like an act of God happened. They're like, "Oh shit, you get this and this, and it hits, and you kill them, and you like bust their brains out, or you find this gold treasure, or you get a message from this dragon god." But when I was playing with Cliff and them, and it's like you rolled a nat 20, he's like, "The attack lands." Like, of course it lands. It's a fucking 20. What else happens? Do I knock his head off? He's like, "No, you killed him." Like,
Man,
I guess we used to have more dramatic, like, "Oh, your hit lands, separating his head from his shoulders."
Yeah, that's how Josh did it. He was like, he punched him so hard his jaw fell off or something like that.
we got party poppers. We're like, "Yeah, you did it."
Yeah, poor Sarah, man. That one game we were playing, her character was a dragon, like half dragon. And her father, come to find out, was like this all-powerful god dragon. And she beat this enemy and used this spell, and she rolled a nat 20, so she was granted a wish. And Josh was like, "All right, so what do you wish for?" And so I was like, "I can't think of anything." And he's like, "Well, you got to think of something." He's like, I can't think of anything." And he's like, "One thing, you can't think of anything you want?" She's like, "No, I can't." And Josh is like, "There's got to be something you want." And she's like, "I can't think of anything." And he's like, "Okay, I guess you don't get anything." And I'm like, "Sarah, what the hell are you doing, man? Wish for something." Give me like a sword or a special suit of armor or something.
Nothing.
If you don't,
Nothing.
she couldn't think of anything. She said, I can't think of anything. Like the game held up for 5 minutes while she's sitting there saying, I can't think of anything. So
Wow.
that's
Wow.
D&D. D&D. Well, I'm sorry somebody insulted your house, man.
Man, it's no big deal. I'm just like dumbfounded. Like, are you really talking to me about what's wrong with my house? You're in my house. Insulting
So
my
have
house.
you been to this person's house?
Yeah.
And how does it look?
They have no room to insult nobody about how their house looks.
So that's all you got to do. Go back over there and point out all the problems wrong with
Shay. Oh, yeah. I'm going to like a fucking clipboard. Ooh, hang on.
Yeah.
You got crabgrass.
Like
cracking
the siding here. Did you see the your outlets got missing a screw, or you got this paint mark right here, or you got Kool-Aid in the bottom of your fridge. Fuck, man. I don't know.
do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Right? I know. That's what I'm gonna do when I go to his house. Oh man, your ceiling's too high. You got some wire, some spider wire over there. So yeah. I'm sure
All
couch.
right,
Oh, it's dust on your couch, man. Look at this shit. Look at your couch.
We've hit our hour mark. I guess we're gonna wrap this one up. Go night night.
It's night time.
Go night night with a bottle. That's what we tell my kid.
That night with a bottle.
Yep. He goes straight to sleep too.
Oh, well. I'll try to be on time. I'll try to be on time Friday. I'll try to be on time for real.
All right, boy.
So, all right, Daniel.
Have a good one.
Bye, boy.
Bye.